Hansen. Count it. Is Dapper three. Melody Lalott. The exclamation point for Boise State. Live from ExtraMile Arena in Boise, Idaho, it's Saturday afternoon college basketball, Mountain West style, as the Boise State Broncos host the Cowgirls from the University of Wyoming. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us this afternoon from ExtraMile Arena with my broadcast partner, former Boise State standout Shay Shaw. I am Mark Snyder. And Shay, an important game tonight for both teams. Boise State looking to avenge a 61-47 loss to the Cowgirls in Laramie earlier this season. It's a second time around through the schedule, and when you look at the conference standings, this game takes on added importance. Wyoming just a half game behind league leaders UNLV. Boise State in fourth, looking to make a move.
Yes, it's going to be a good game for both teams. Wyoming comes out with a win, they're going to get closer to UNLV, and Boise State comes out with a win, they're going to separate themselves from the middle of the pack.
When you talk about this Wyoming Cowgirls team, it sort of starts and finishes with their big post, Allison Furtick. All Mountain West last year, Mountain West all-tourney team last year, freshman of the year 2 years ago, their leading scorer, and she shoots 61% from the field. She's going to be a handful.
She's absolutely going to be a handful, and the Broncos are going to have to put their work in to get her off the block. She's a super strong post on the block. She's going to work early to get her positioning. She's also extremely good on the O-board. If she misses, she's going to get that, or if one of her teammates misses, she's going to work to get that rebound.
Boise State's going to try and push her away from her happy spot and play good defense, which sort of has been their calling card on the home floor this year. At home, Boise State's defense among the best in the country.
They really do work as a team. They play great team defense. If someone is a step behind on a drive, there's going to be Abby or Trissa there to slow them down or maybe even get a block, and it's just going to be a great team defense in order to come out with a win.
And they will need that this afternoon against Wyoming. Of course, Boise State second in the nation in block shots, so we'll see how that plays out as this afternoon's game goes on. It's the Cowgirls of Wyoming and the Broncos of Boise State. Women's basketball live on a Saturday afternoon. We'll have the starting lineups and the tip to today's game after we take this time out on the Mountain West Network. Welcome back to Inside ExtraMile Arena. Let's check the starters quickly. Emily Malima, Tess Barnes, Melina Peterson, Ola Ustowski, and Allison Furtick for Wyoming. The Boise State starters will get in a moment. The Cowgirls with the basketball starting out in the road browns, trimmed in yellow and white. And Peterson gives it to Barnes, the Australian. Low post to Peterson. Nice look for the bucket.
Someone turned their back and just lost the ball. Lost their man and the ball.
Broncos now with Maya Hansen, Mary Kay Nero, Elodie Lalott, Natalie Pasco, and Abby Muse for their 19th year head coach Gordy Presnell in the home whites. From the top, Pasco off the mark.
It's exactly the shot the Broncos want to get and want to look at getting. I don't know if that's the first shot you want to take in the game.
Good defense by Pasco to knock that one out of play.
Great defensive help side.
Heather Ezell in her second season as coach of the Cowgirls, a record of 37-19, made it to the second round of the women's NIT last year, so building something very special in Laramie. Peterson to the cutter, Malima, and it's taken away by the Broncos. Good defense again. Maya Hansen, Lalott. We'll talk a lot about the post play, and I think Elodie Lalott down low offensively, making Furtick work will be an important key in this afternoon's game.
Yes. Elodie usually does a better job against that.
And an illegal screen. Lalott setting a bad screen for the turnover, and that brings Gordy Presnell off the bench.
I don't know that it was a bad screen. I think that Oh, no, it was a bad screen. Maya waited for it, but she didn't come off it shoulder to shoulder, so Elodie kind of leaned into it, causing that foul.
Peterson, there's Furtick down low against Lalott, muscles it up, missed the shot, may have been fouled, didn't get called. And back come the Broncos looking to run. They will try to play the transition game this afternoon. against this station-to-station Wyoming team. Lalott to Muse. Abby backs in, and Barnes takes it away.
Abby just lost a little bit of control at that dribble. A little too hard of a dribble.
Here's Peterson. Melina from Denmark. Swing it on the baseline. Barnes cut off by Lalott. Fertig lost the ball. Dives on it. The held ball favors the Broncos. And early on, Shea, a nice job defensively in the post for Boise State.
Yep, they're getting not early positioning, but they're making her work to get an easy shot, and they're making it not easy for her.
Elodie Lalott with the reach in to poke the ball away, and that set up the turnover. Broncos looking to dent the scoreboard as Hansen swings it to Lalott. Narrow on the baseline. Down to Lalott. Backs in. Fertig blocks the shot.
Great looking block. She blocked that like a volleyball shot, both hands.
She averages just under 1.5 blocks a game. Pasco up top. 10 on the shot clock as Natalie has that one taken away. Back the other way, Wyoming. Ustowska. And there's an offensive foul that's not called. They give the ball to Boise State. Gordy Presnell says, my player was bowled over in the lane. Where was the call? Watch it again.
She's set. Literally just knocks her down. That should have been a charge.
Maya Hansen took the contact. Boise State. Oh, go ahead, Shay.
I was just going to say that's an interesting no call.
Broncos looking for some space against this tough Wyoming defense. Hansen has that one off the rim. And Melema the other way from Linden, Washington. Fertig now against Muse in the low post. Spins. Missed the shot. Gets her own rebound. Tries it again. Blocked by Abby. Ball knocked free, but a foul on Boise State.
That one's tough. They were all working to get the ball, and Maya just kind of runs into the Wyoming player. I didn't see who it was.
Maya Hansen whistled for the fouls. We watch again Abby with the block, and then Hansen called for the foul. 20 on the shot clock. Jumper is long, and Hansen with the rebound. Boise State starting out 0 for 4 from the field. Narrow, make it 0 for 5, and the rebound by Peterson. And a whistle. And stepped on the baseline did Peterson, and Boise State gets it back. I'm a little surprised, Shay, the way Boise State's playing the offense. They're playing Lalott out high. Is that to pull Fertig away from the hoop?
I think so. I think it's to try and get that separation because they know that she's not gonna shoot it necessarily, so they want her to pull away.
Natalie Pasco with the runner on the baseline ties it at 2. Here's Barnes. She'll fire mid-range. Off the mark. Muse with a rebound. And Narrow weaves into the forecourt. Natalie Pasco. She'll fire just inside the arc, and it's 4-2 Broncos.
Good looking shot. I like the aggression. They're not really getting to the hoop, but that's because Wyoming's defense is not allowing them to, so they're going to have to hit those shots.
Swing it to Peterson. Broncos now in looks like a zone.
They're playing man. It's just a very loose man so that they're covering those driving lanes.
Three-pointer is good for Barnes. Wyoming does not shoot a lot of threes, but Barnes, a 33% shooter from beyond the arc.
Ooh,
Hansen
nice
runs
save.
that one down after the save, yes. And Pasco curls in the three.
She's feeling it. Once you see it go through the hoop, it's contagious.
Pasco with all 7 Bronco points.
Here's that zone.
And a nice read there by Abby Muse. Steps in the passing lane and takes it away. Narrow looks to run. Guns it out to Maya Hansen. Couple jab steps. Tried to get it down low to Abby Muse. A little too far out of her reach.
Missed opportunity. She was trying to get the post in, or get her the post, get the ball into the post, and she just missed her own opportunity. She had the Wyoming player up in the air. That's put the ball on the floor and just get a little closer.
Tatum Thompson, the reigning Mountain West Player of the Week, and Danny Bays check in for Boise State. McKinley Dickerson in for Wyoming. This is Melema. Swing it to Dickerson on the left wing, guarded there by Pasco. The scoop is around and off. Muse lost the rebound out of bounds, battling against Marta Savic, the 6'1 Croatian. We have a timeout on the floor. Boise State behind Natalie Pasco, leading 7-5 here in Boise. Gordy Presnell, in his 19th season as head coach of Boise State, needs one win to move into second place all-time in Mountain West history. He's got 130 Mountain West wins, tied with Elaine Elliott from Utah. And, of course, a win today would be his 350th as coach of the Broncos. But first things first, 4:40 to go, first quarter. Thompson guarding out top. This is Ustaka. Back to Melema. Barnes, 7 on the shot clock. Dickerson cut off by Bays. Down low for Ferdig. Gets the shot off, but it's a shot clock violation is called by our officiating crew. Good defense by Boise State. Let's meet our officials today. Gordon Torgo, Sydney Mott, and Taylor Mink.
That was a great defensive possession by the Broncos. They played great team defense. Everyone was helping one another and just communicating what was happening.
Narrow at the top, gets the handoff from Pasco. Down low for Muse, goes with a left hand off the window, a little too strong, but a nice move by Abby.
Yeah, that was a great move. I love to see that.
Ustauka. And they swing it on top to Dickerson, the senior from Lyman, Wyoming. Back to Ustauka, the pole. Right knee in a very severe-looking brace. Down low, nice feed on the weak side to Savic. Somebody lost Savic, and Marta puts it in to tie it at 7.
Abby went to trap, and then, who was it? I think it was Natalie that didn't drop on top of the post.
But Abby Muse answers at the other end for the Broncos with her first 2. Boise State now leading 9-7. They're 4 of 10 from the field. Dickerson long range off the mark, and Tatum Thompson clears the glass. Tatum will fire. She felt that one and buried it.
Yep. That's what I was expecting when a trail post that can come in and shoot from the 3 it's a 3-point threat, so that Wyoming has to guard her.
Broncos stretch the lead now to 12-7. Fertig not out there for Wyoming. This is a 3-ball by Ola Ustauska. She shoots 32% from long range, and she makes it a 2-point Boise State lead. Danny Bays. Thompson thought about it, gets it instead of the high post to Abby Muse. And back out to Natalie Pasco, and they'll reset the offense. Back to Muse on the 2-man game, and Abby a little strong with that one, but Danny Bays runs down the offensive rebound for the Broncos. Good hustle by Bays.
I love when a guard is rebounding.
Boise State looks a little disjointed offensively. 10 on the shot clock. Bays has that one spin around and out. And Savic with the rebound. She has it up top. Gives it over to Dickerson. And swing it to Barnes. Barnes on the baseline has it poked out of bounds. Trista Hull checks in for Boise State. Maya Hansen back in. If you notice, Trista Hull, her left pinky and ring finger taped together. She dislocated her pinky, but says it doesn't hurt. Thinks she can go. She was a big key in the game against San Jose State the other night.
Yes, she was. And she's for sure lying, because I know that hurts. But you gotta love it when they want to play.
Melema gets the friendly bounce. Ties it at 12. quickly the other way, Hansen, and she is fouled. Undercut there. Not intentional, but a foul nonetheless against Mellema. Correction, Marin McKenna, now in the game, a freshman from Hyde Park, Utah, Green Canyon High School. Free ball, corner pocket from Maya Hansen.
Nice. Love that when you come in, some energy off the bench, and just even more energy when you see the ball go through the hoop.
Broncos now 3 of 5 from long range. Wyoming 2 of 3. McKenna can't answer. Crashing the boards, Wyoming, but Thompson comes down with it. Tatum ahead to Hansen. The Broncos look to run. Thompson, corner, narrow. Buries the triple.
I love it.
Broncos lighting it up from outside.
They're doing exactly what they wanted to do. They're pressing, I don't know, I'm losing my words, but they're pushing the ball and getting those open shots that they're wanting.
Bays gives it up to Hansen on the rebound. Here's Hull. And now Boise State will reset. About a half a second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. So Boise State will work this down and eat as much of the clock as possible. Leading by 6. Hansen now makes the move with 5 on the shot clock. Maya drives off balance, and a blocking foul called against Wyoming's Tess Barnes, the 6'2 junior.
Great strong drive by Maya. It's exactly what you want to do with that much time. Take as much of the time of the clock as you can. I don't know where the block was, to be honest with you, but I think just because of how hard she swung at it, it's going to be a block.
Maddie Simons, a freshman from Coeur d'Alene, checks in as Hansen hits the first. Coeur d'Alene's Vikings, a perennial 5A power in Idaho high school basketball, and she matriculated to Laramie. Makes her debut in her home state this afternoon. Deep heave, her left hand, no good. And after 1 quarter of play here at ExtraMile Arena, Boise State on a 7-0 run to take the 8-point lead. Tatum Thompson with the triple for the Broncos. Natalie Pasco started this basketball game with a verse 7 points for Boise State, and the sophomore became the 3rd player in Boise State program history to reach 600 career points. And she just has a very bright future in front of her, Shay.
Oh, absolutely. She can, she's only going up. She's not stopping, and she's just going to be one of those legendary players, I think, by the end of her years here.
Wyoming with the ball to start the second quarter. They go down low to Fertig, now back in the game. Allison spins, draws a double team. Correction, she passed it out to McKenna, who drew the double team. Boise State aggressively on defense. Wyoming looking for somebody open, and it's McKenna, guarded by Bays with 5 on the shot clock. Peterson will launch the 3, miss it, and the rebound snatched out of the air by Tatum Thompson. Another great defensive series by Boise State.
That was literally snatched out of the air. She hopped over everyone and took the ball from them.
Hansen, 2-man game to Thompson on the baseline. That pass deflected out of bounds by Mellema. Boise State coaches told us earlier this week that they were going to have to clamp down defensively on Peterson. And the post touches. They're making Fertig. They're making Fertig give it up early, as Hansen missed that shot and Mellema with the rebound. But watch 45 in Brown and how often she touches the ball and how quickly Boise State makes her give it up.
They're doing whatever it takes to get this one right now, and they are working.
Hull just locked up with Fertig, and they swing it around the perimeter to Simons, the freshman from Coeur d'Alene. Hull trying to fight through a screen, hits the deck, couple Broncos down, and Thompson with the rebound.
That is a very interesting thing that happened down there on the post. Fertig positioned herself so that she could basically move Krista into the way of the driver, which is not legal. You can't do that.
Broncos missed at the other end, and now it's Wyoming. This is Simons. Backing in on Thompson, spins off. Tatum with the rebound. Narrow head up, looks to run. Now Wyoming is back, so Boise State will get into their half-court offense. And there's a foul as Trista Hull set a good screen and got blown up. So a good stint for Hull in the post, kind of giving Lalott and Muse a break in the post, both offensively and defensively. Trista's game has really come around.
Yes, it has. She's doing everything it takes to be on the floor, and she deserves to be out there.
Doesn't always show up in the box score. She does a lot of the dirty work. Pasco, quick off the inbounds with the jumper.
That was pretty. Her player got lost on the screen, and she just became open last second.
Curling around and put that one in. She's got 9. The Bronco lead is 10. This is Barnes. Deflected by Pasco, but it comes back down to Wyoming. Peterson outside. Bays fronting Fertig, so Peterson launches and hits the 3.
That's always a tough thing with the zone. There's only basically two players to guard, and if you move the ball quickly, you can get open.
Wyoming shooting 50% from three-point range. They are not a team that takes and makes a lot of threes, just 28% on the season. That one off the mark, but Abby Muse gets the thank you very much and puts it in.
Right spot, right time.
4 points for Muse. This is Ustauka. And a reach in on Maya Hansen, trying to play McKenna from behind, and that's always going to get you whistled.
Yeah, as long as you're coming down to get the ball, it's going to be a foul. If you pop your hand up, generally not a foul because you're showing that you're literally only going for the ball.
Narrow checks back in for Hansen. Wyoming finally gets it into Tess Barnes. Peterson on the wing. Down low for Fertig against Lalott. Fertig backs down low, draws a double team from Bays. Gets it out in the corner, though, to McKenna. 5 on the shot clock.
Keep your hands up.
And they do not get the shot off. This Boise State team is working on defense this afternoon, Shay.
Yes, they are. They are working, and they are working together. That is the important thing right now. They're doing it together.
Now let's see how they can work offensively after expending so much energy on the defensive end. What do you have left for offense? Well, Natalie Pasco says, I got plenty in the tank, thank you.
You got Natalie Pasco on offense. That's what you got.
Yeah.
I mean, you got all the other Broncos, but right now she is just playing.
She's got 11, and the Bronco lead is 11. That one knocked away by Lalott. I don't think I've seen Elvia Lalott this active defensively in a long time.
I haven't either, and it's I like to see it. It's great that they're really out here balling.
Pasco with 11, third player in program history with 600 career points. The others, Yaiza Rodriguez and Trisha Bader, and Bader's gone on to a very successful coaching career. And there's Lalott stepping in front of the lob and taking it away.
I'm only correcting you because she's my best friend, but it's Jaitha.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Well, that's good. You know it better than me. You played with her, right?
Yes, I did.
I just was reading what I said. I mispronounced it. My apologies as Danny Bays hits the jumper just inside the key. Broncos have forced 8 turnovers against this Wyoming team. And there's Lalott. Almost take it away. Fertig had a hand all over Lalott. Didn't get the call.
And now that I said it out loud, I'm pretty sure I said it wrong. I'm trying to correct you. It's Yaitha.
Okay. Here's Peterson with 8 on the clock. Best friend, huh?
Yes.
Ustauka, baseline Peterson, puts it in and just beats the buzzer.
Still really good team defense right there. Just slipped a little bit trying to get that steal.
Broncos played 29 seconds of defense. They needed an extra Second is Lalott puts it in over Fertig.
She's feeling it right now.
And a timeout taken by Wyoming, and Fertig is hearing it from her head coach, Heather Ezel. Very animated as Natalie Pasco pacing the Broncos with 11. They're up 13 on the Mountain West Network. Wyoming basketball facing their biggest deficit of the game at 13. They work the perimeter with Dickerson to Barnes. Peterson back to Barnes, missing the three ball, but Fertig with the offensive rebound and the foul, and that, I believe, might be Fertig's, that's her second offensive rebound. The Broncos have done a super job of keeping her off the glass, but there, Lalott had good position, but the ball took a longer hop off the rim and dropped into Allison's hands.
Yep, and I can see it. She's getting a little frustrated because she is getting beat up down there, but the Broncos are just working early to not allow her to have the positioning that she's used to getting.
Corner three off the mark, ball tipped and run down by Boise State. Into the ball game is Caitlin Burgess. Haven't seen her in a while, but Caitlin in the game. Pulled down that rebound, the senior from Auckland, New Zealand.
3-point threat.
She's got the ball in the corner right now.
Shoot it.
Gets it over to Abby Muse now with 10 on the shot clock. Boise offense a little stagnant this possession. Here's Burgess. She'll launch the three, and it leaves it short. And Fertig, the easiest rebound she'll get all day.
She was open. I don't think she wanted her first shot off the bench to be a three. She's got to get a little bit more warm.
Peterson outside, picked up there by Pasco. Dickerson. Shot clock to 10. Boise State defense forcing Wyoming to try to improvise, and there's a foul on the play on the drive by Peterson. In the game at Laramie, Shea, Wyoming really took advantage of Boise State by penetrating and driving. Broncos have done a good job today of preventing that. This play an exception.
Yes, they're playing loosely, but that is potentially an illegal screen. I don't know how the refs see it now or how that's legal, but it's difficult. They're basically driving around the post, who is moving, and they're using it as a screen.
I think that's the point Gordy Presnell just made to one of our officials. Peterson, an 89% free throw shooter, transfer from Kansas State, was Mountain West freshman of the year last season. Was freshman of the week 5 times last year, so she is thriving in Laramie. Hits the pair, and the Bronco lead is down to 11. Here's Burgess. Thompson. Back to Caitlin. And then Thompson up top. Screen for Narrow. The pass deflected and stolen away by Savic.
Nice hands.
Turnover number 4 on Boise State.
Which is significantly better than the turnovers they've been having.
And there's an illegal screen, so Gordy Presnell pointing that out to the officials, and that time getting the call as Mellema set the bad screen, and Broncos get the basketball back. If you watch it again, Mellema moving and picking off Thompson, who kicks it over to Burgess on the right wing. It's like Wyoming has picked up their defensive intensity.
Yes, they have, especially on Miss Pasco there.
And it's stolen away from Natalie. This is Mellema with Thompson to beat, and they're going to call a foul on Tatum.
Out of bounds.
Oh, it's out of bounds. Okay, I heard the whistle and saw the contact. My correction.
It was a clean block. I don't know that it was a clean block, but she gave it to her. And then just caught the ball out of bounds.
Inbounds pass. That was too easy for Savic, the senior from Zagreb, Croatia.
Inbounds plays should be that easy.
If executed properly.
Yes,
Hull
exactly.
calling for the ball in the low post and gets it on the blocks. Drives past Savic. Reverse is no good, but she drew the foul. Nice move on the baseline by Hull.
Great move. I love it. She's got the speed.
Watch the footwork. Watch the footwork here. Boom, she's past her, and Savic picks up the foul.
I think had she done more of a scoop layup instead of trying to get that position, she would have had a 3-point play right here.
65% free throw shooter for the junior from from Yakima, Washington's LaSalle High School, 6'2". That one gets the friendly bounce. We approach 2 minutes here in the first half, and Boise State with the lead. But Wyoming has the basketball. Barnes works it over to Dickerson, seeing a lot of time today. Peterson down low, works on Pasco, drop step, off the window, and scores.
For a non-traditional post, that was some pretty good post moves.
He's got about an inch in height over Pasco and took advantage of it there. Thompson, fallback, step away, baseline jumper. Quick release was the key to that one.
Yes, quick release, and then also just elevating over your player. She shoots over most of her defensive players, so it's honestly just her bread and butter right there.
Thompson with 5. Broncos again leading by 11. Peterson guarded by Thompson. On top to Barnes. They go down low for Savic, and it is not good. And another rebound for Thompson. That's her 6th, one off her career high. And we still have 54 seconds to go in the first half. Swing it around the arc. Hand it to Pasco, and a reach-in foul on Wyoming. That'll be the 4th team foul on the Cowgirls.
Pasco does a really good job of coming off screens extremely close, so shoulder to shoulder, which is what you want to do. But as a defensive player, it's hard to not want to reach and grab her and to slow her down.
20 seconds on the shot clock, 44.3 on the game clock. Burgess leaves to be replaced by, I think it was Danny Bays came in.
Yeah, yep.
Yes, working on the baseline. Outside to Pasco to Danny Bays. Both teams recruit heavily internationally, and you're seeing a lot of nationalities on the floor. That one not
nice
good,
rebound.
But a rebound by Hull. But the Broncos have to shoot quickly, and it's off the mark by Pasco. Wyoming gets the rebound with 20 seconds to go in the half. A little...
I feel like someone was out of bounds.
Yeah, a little sloppy on the baseline, but now the Cowgirls can hold for the last shot, trailing by 11. This is Mellema. Stutter step dribble, drives into the corner. Jumper on the way, Dickerson buries it, and that's going to end the first half. Dickerson makes it a single-digit deficit for Wyoming. We watch it again. Thompson with the quick release. The Broncos up. We're at halftime in Boise. And welcome back inside ExtraMile Arena. We are at the half. Boise State leading Wyoming by a score of 34-25. Let's take a look at the halftime stats for you on this Saturday afternoon. There they are as they magically appear. The Broncos, we talked, Shay, a lot about playing defense. Well, they are holding Wyoming to 37% shooting, which is about almost half of what their season average is. The Cowgirls shoot 45% on the season, the wrong number I was looking at. So they're holding them down. Fertig 0 for 3 from the field. Broncos shooting 48%.
The Broncos are doing a great job of forcing Wyoming to do things that they're not necessarily used to doing, or shooting from places that they aren't comfortable with. And I think what's standing out to me right now with these stats is the turnovers. The Broncos are getting steals and they're pushing the floor and getting open shots or open layups that they want to get.
Boise State 6 points off of those 9 Wyoming turnovers. The Cowgirls average 13 turnovers a game. Boise State averages almost 16 a game, but they've done a really good job of valuing the basketball each possession. One of the numbers that's not on your screen, but they track is percentage, points per possession. And the Broncos have scored in half of their possessions today. Wyoming just a third.
Yeah, they're really doing a great job. And I think that the Broncos just need to keep doing and playing the way that they were playing right now.
Scoring leaders, Pasco, 5 of 9 from the field, 11 points for Boise State. Thompson and Hansen 5 points each. Looking at the scoring leaders for the Cowgirls, Peterson with 11, 4 for Savic, and again, that big number, the big 0 for 3 for Fertig coming in their leading scorer. You have to think if you're Gordy Presnell, Shea, you're happy with how your team has shut her down.
Yes, he's up there preaching about how happy he is right now, but in the same breath, he's talking about the game's not over. There's still a second half to play, and they're going to have to play the exact same way, if not better, because Wyoming's going to come out fighting.
Highlights of the first half come your way next after we take this timeout on the Mountain West Network. Boise State on top of Wyoming at the half, 34-25 with Shea Shaw. I am Mark Snyder. And Shea, let's take a look at some of the halftime highlights. And Boise State's offense got a slow start today, but once it heated up, it was Natalie Pasco hitting the Broncos' first 7 points.
Once she saw that first ball go through the basket, it was like she was unstoppable. She was just doing everything. That shot right there, that's not usually in her repertoire, so it's just she's doing whatever it takes to get this win right now.
And from the wing, she fires and hits the 3. Again, 7 straight points. She has 11 to lead Boise State. They're coming off the screen by Abby Muse, showing the inside and the outside game. And one more for good measure, just inside the arc. Pasco shooting 5 of 9 from the field. Boise State, we talked a lot today about defense and what they need to do. One of the best defensive teams in the conference on the home floor, and as you'll see here, they're defending the home floor well.
They're kind of just doing whatever it takes, working together as a team, getting steals, getting their hands in the passing lane, really just playing together. And I love when Broncos play together. That's some good basketball right there.
Elodie Lalott, you saw in that highlight, very active defensively. Abby Muse, frustrating Fertig, scoreless so far today, and you watch it here on the outside, just throwing up to beat the shot clock, which they didn't do. But Elodie Lalott has been extremely active defensively. It won't show up in the score sheet, but the coaches know and appreciate the effort.
Absolutely. They're going to appreciate the extra effort, the early effort, just any effort that is there that's more than what they're used to giving.
Coaches wanted to limit possessions. Each team's at 33 possessions. But Boise State defensively, we saw it in those highlights, forcing Wyoming to work the shot clock. And on the other end, offensively, the Broncos today have been very patient.
Yes, they're using the clock. On offense, they're using the clock, and they're not settling for that first shot. They're settling for a great shot, which is what you want to see. But on the defensive end, they're really making Wyoming work to get a decent shot off.
Bronco ball to start the second half with Narrow, Muse, Lalott, Hansen, and Pasco, the 5 on the floor for Gordy Presnell. Looking for his...
Coming out, the Wyoming's coming out a little more aggressive with immediately trapping.
Muse hands it to Narrow, 13 on the shot clock. Hansen gets a Lalott screen. Maya pulls up, nowhere to go with it. Outside to Muse, down low to Lalott. Lalott over Fertig, gets the bounce. 4 for Elodie Lalott. Patient, looked for a good shot, and found it in the low post.
Mm-hmm. Great strong post move. Going to the basket, doing,
Fertig now 0 for 4. I think maybe Lalott got a piece of that one from behind.
I think she did. I think she kind of pushed that one out to make her miss.
Now Elodie. Nice pass to Abby Muse. Spins left hand, curls it in.
Great post-to-post action right there.
All 3 of the Broncos bigs have played extremely well today. Muse, Lalott, and don't want to overlook Trista Hull's contributions off the bench. The lead is 13. And that one into the backcourt for a turnover.
Backcourt violation, Bronco.
Fertig on the floor for their head coach, Heather Ezel. And now Fertig will leave, and she's replaced by Savic. This has been a half plus to forget for Fertig today.
Mm-hmm. She's just not playing the game that she's used to playing, and she's definitely flustered. Looking at her on the bench right now, she is Very flustered.
Ustowska with the foul on the sideline in front of the Bronco bench. 21 on the shot clock as Abby Muse gets it into narrow and overplaying. Mellema, as you said, they're being much more aggressive into the passing lane are the Cowgirls. Hansen rises, fires, and drains it.
The Broncos are playing with a ton of confidence right now. They're owning it, saying this is our game, this is our home court, and we're defending it.
That shot was a lot more difficult than it looked. Quick release in traffic. Maya Hansen with 7. This is Mellema. Kicks it down low to Savic. Savic with the right-hand hook. Bounces twice, and Lalott gets the rebound. Elodie outside. And there's a foul on a good screen set by Lalott. So I have to ask you now, Shay, with Fertig out, does that change the Bronco offense? Do they go down low, inside more, or do you stick with what's working? And as I say that, Fertig sets to check back in.
That's not Fertig.
No, excuse me, that's Dickerson. I saw the 4.
I know, I saw what you saw, and then I was like, oh no, that's not her.
But do you change your offense because?
I don't think you change anything right now. Just keep doing what's working, and they're going into the post against whatever post is in, so just keep playing the Bronco game plan.
Outside, it's Hansen. Off the screen is Pasco. Fires just inside the arc. Left it short. Lalott saves it, but has a little too much on it, and it winds up at the scorer's table. But good hustle by Elodie Lalott to try to save. And actually, they're going to say she did not save it because the inbound is under the basket.
Yeah, she must have jumped out or stepped out.
Broncos up 15, their biggest lead against the Wyoming Cowgirls here at ExtraMile Arena. The drive by Barnes and a whistle on the play, and Savic should go to the free throw line on the Bronco foul.
That's a tough one. As a post player, you're supposed to come over and help, but that guard that needs to drop has to drop on top of that post player so that pass isn't made.
Pasco picks up her second personal foul. Savic, 6'1" senior, played in all 34 games last year for Wyoming. The 63% free throw shooter. Neither team has missed a free throw today. And as I say that, will the announcer jinx come in? But we'll see.
I'm going to say no. No announcer jinx.
And you are correct. So Savic now with 6 points. And the Bronco lead is 13. Early stages, second half. Narrow picks up the ball, and her pass is stolen by Mellema.
She telegraphed it. She was looking over the top and then threw over the top. And
6th turnover by the Broncos. Mellema outside, guarded by Narrow. Broncos in a man. Swing it on top, Peterson. Lobs it in the corner to Dickerson. Cut off nicely there by Pasco. Low post to Savic. Guarded there by Lalott. Savic
back right.
Tries to spin, has it stolen. Good team defense. Good help by Narrow with the steal. Lalott, backdoor pass knocked away. Good idea, but good defense by the Cowgirls as Dickerson got her hand on that backdoor cut pass for Maya Hansen.
Good idea. I liked it. Just go low with the pass.
Broncos staying aggressive offensively, coming off the screen. Pasco gets the pass on the baseline, turns, fires, bounces twice, doesn't go, and on the rebound, a foul against Wyoming. You have to have eaten your Wheaties this morning to battle inside. It's rough down there.
It is rough. Those are some big, strong posts that are just, they're working on both ends, working to get open, but also working to not let them be open.
Lalott cleared out, and the foul on Wyoming. This is Elodie Lalott. Outside Hansen, nice first step, but Wyoming recovers. Maya cut off on the baseline, threads the pass down low for Abby Muse. Her reverse is off the bottom side of the backboard, and the Lalott follow doesn't go, and Dickerson comes out of the pack with a basketball.
I think there were definitely some fouls that were missed there, but it's probably happening on both ends of the court.
Low post, offensive foul. Dickerson bowled over the much smaller Maya Hansen, who some guts. The 5'9" Hansen took the charge from the 5'11" Dickerson. Watch it
She came
again.
over ready. As a post player, dipping your shoulder, you don't do it because if you fall, it's going to be an automatic charge. Well, not automatic, but
In most cases.
most cases.
Natalie Pasco gives it up to Maya Hansen. None the worse for wear after taking the charge. A lot low post.
Ooh.
Passes it down low. Dangerous pass, and it's stolen by Barnes. And then Abby Muse reaches in and is called for the foul, but she's not sure why.
I'm not sure why either. I saw Abby just stand up and the Wyoming player go down, but I didn't see.
From my angle, it
Let's
looked
look
like
at
she
it.
reached in. Watch it again. She had her arm hooked.
Oh, yeah, she was pinning her arm.
Muse and Lalott will step out. Thompson and Hull check in for Boise State. Marin McKenna checks in for the Cowgirls, as does Maddie Simons. Danny Bays checks in. And Pasco will leave. Boise State lead by 13. Go ahead, sorry.
I was just going to say, getting those post players a well-needed break.
Yes.
They're really working, and it's exhausting to just be physical, or that physical the entire time.
Simons gives the pass up in the low post. It's tied up, and the alternating possession favors Wyoming with 5.5 here in the third quarter. Thompson thought it was Boise State's ball, was ready to inbound it, and the official said, no, it's going to Wyoming. Inbounds, Dickerson in traffic, gets the and one opportunity.
I don't know who that foul would be on. Maya.
Basket is good by Peterson. Foul is on Maya Hansen.
Hansen picks up her
Interesting. She
foul.
couldn't have been more straight up, so I don't really know where the foul is.
At the half, points in the paint favored Wyoming 12-6, and they've
To Dickerson, the G at the line.
got that bucket inside, and now Dickerson with the first free throw missed of the game, and Thompson with her 7th rebound ties her career high. This is now the 4th time this season that Tatum has snagged 7 rebounds. She fires, and it's dips in and out. Savic with the rebound. Broncos little struggle momentum on the offensive end. Wyoming's defense is stepping up here in the third quarter. Savic thought about it. They swing it to Dickerson. Now the low post to Savic, guarded by Thompson. Savic with the right hand hook. It's good. She's deadly with that hook inside.
She is, and she's going to go over her left shoulder every time. So knowing the scout is pretty important to force her to go over her right shoulder, because it's not something she likes to do.
Abby Muse on the nice pass from Natalie Pasco. Jimmy Hull with the shot, not Muse. Trista Hull, 22, not 33. So that breaks a Broncos scoring drought. Hull with 4 points today. Outside to Melema. This is Simons. 5 on the shot clock. Simons over Tatum. Thompson missed the shot. Good defense by Boise State, forcing a off-balance shot as the clock wound down. Thompson back to Hull, and Trista gives it up to Danny Bays. Looked for the cutter Hull, but it wasn't there. Narrow.
Hit it.
Back to Thompson. Spots for 3. Wide open. Curls off. And Dickerson high for the rebound.
It's because I said something.
Yeah. That was a good look, though, for Thompson. Just didn't drop.
No, it's a great look for her.
Now this is Simons. Back to the basket. Backs in down low. Cut off by Thompson and stolen by Narrow. Mary Kay weaves it into the corner. Finds Hull cutting to the basket for 2.
I love that MK kept her head up the whole time and just turned around and found Trista for an easy layup.
Narrow with 5 assists. She's now got 100 assists every year in her Boise State career. We watch it again. Hull running the floor. Pays off with the hoop for the Broncos. Tatum Thompson The Broncos sophomore from Woodinville, Washington, making her presence felt today at both ends. 5 points, but tying a career high with 7 rebounds. She is extremely active, and you can just see the athleticism.
Oh, she's just, I think the difference in this second half of the season is she's just playing her game and doing whatever it takes.
Fertig back in the game, draws a double team in the low blocks, gets the ball back, spins on Hull, missed her shot. Fertig is now 0 for 5 from the field as Boise State just sending waves of defenders at the All-Mountain West performer. This is Thompson, high post, and they're going to get an offensive foul. I think Trista Hull picking off Dickerson on a bad screen, and that is the call.
I think the difference between that and a block is if Trista would have fallen, I think it would have been a block because you can't run through your defensive player.
Boise State up 13 on the Mountain West Network. Senior Mary Kay Narrow, 5 assists today, and she has now eclipsed the 100 assist total each season in her last 4 seasons at Boise State. That's the kind of consistency you want from your point guard, Shay.
Oh, definitely. That just means she's doing her job, distributing the ball, and being an overall good point guard.
Peterson outside, gives it up to Ustaska, and they swing it back to Peterson. Peterson scoreless here in the second half after leading with 11 in the first. That ball squirts out of bounds, and they award it to Wyoming, I believe.
I don't know why that went Wyoming, but I also couldn't see the finish.
Well, let's see here. That like should be Boise State's ball, but they didn't review it.
She literally just threw the ball out of bounds.
Melema missed that shot, and Narrow gets the rebound, so no harm, no foul, as they say. 2:20 to go here in the third quarter, and the Broncos lead by 13. Biggest lead today's been 15. Wyoming hasn't scored in over almost 2.5 minutes. Hull saves that one on the air ball, but Melema pulls it down for the Cowgirls. Into the forecourt, Peterson. Looking down in the low post, but Tatum Thompson has Fertig bottled up. That long rebound run down by Natalie Pasco. Nice job by Thompson to front Fertig and deny the entry pass.
Yes, it's still a tough job to get in front of a big post like that.
Off the screen, Danny Bays curls off.
She's getting good looks, they're just not falling.
Inside for Barnes behind the defense. Her 5th point. That breaks a scoring drought of over 3 minutes. Broncos have gone cold, just 2 of their last 10 from the field. Their offense is slowed down a little bit. Hull on Fertig. Tries the reverse. Doesn't get it to go. And Lalott and Muse up off of Gordy Presnell's bench as we have a minute left here in the third quarter.
I think the intensity of Wyoming's defense has caught the Broncos off guard a little bit.
Melema tried to get it to the low post, but there was no opening, and she threw it out of bounds. Narrow, Hull, and Thompson leave. Muse, Hansen, and Lalott check back in for the Broncos in the final minute of the third quarter. Maya Hansen off the window, doesn't get it to go. Abby Muse with the follow, too strong. Gets another crack at it. No, she brings it out. Smart play. Maya Hansen dips out with the 3 ball. And the rebound for Fertig, just her 4th of the game.
Oh. I don't know if anybody else saw that, but I just saw Tess Barnes give a nice elbow to Abby Muse's head.
Well, you're the only one in the arena who picked it up. No peep from the Bronco coaches. Down low, Lalott with the steal. Her career high 4th. 6 seconds on the clock. Broncos need to go quickly. Hansen drives. Her layup is blocked.
Yep.
Oh, did they call a foul? Yes, they did.
A little late. It was a little bit late, but she took her out with her body.
So Boise State will get free throws for Maya Hansen with no time on the clock. Tess Barnes called for the foul. Are they going to give her free throws?
Yeah, I think.
Well, Hansen is asking the official. Now, I think now they're. Oh, go ahead.
I think they're wanting to do it when they come back, maybe.
For the end of the quarter.
They're checking the replay to see where the foul occurred in reference to the clock. This is our first review of the day. Again, Gordon, Torgo, Sidney, Mott, and Taylor Mink are 3 officials. And we'll get an idea now of what the... Okay, and appreciate the explanation. One score in the Mountain West Conference today. Let's watch it again. Oh, yeah, it was definitely before the whistle, before the horn. So they'll put another couple fractions of a second on the clock, and Maya Hansen will shoot the free throw. New Mexico improved to 8-4 in conference and 17-8 overall with a home win over Colorado State today, 62-46. The Rams fall to 6-6 in conference play, 15-8 overall. Boise State coming in at 6-4, so can create a little separation. Little separation between them and the Rams with a win today. There's half a second on the clock, and Maya Hansen will go to the free throw line. Quick review and the right call. 7 points for Maya Hansen, an 86% free throw shooter, the sophomore from Central Catholic High School in Billings, Montana. Quite a recruiting find for Gordy Presnell. She's now got 9, and Wyoming will just inbound the ball, and the third quarter comes to an end with Boise State holding a 13-point lead over the Cowgirls of Wyoming. And we're back with the fourth quarter on Saturday afternoon basketball, live from ExtraMile Arena on the Mountain West Network. Abby Muse, the senior for Boise State, 6 points, 5 rebounds, 1 block this afternoon. And she has tied for second place in program history with blocks in a single season. And I have to think, Shay, as a defender, knowing you've got a shot blocker behind you really frees you up on the outside.
Oh, yeah. It makes you, I mean, it makes you a little bit lazy sometimes because you know she's there to protect the board, but
nice comfort to have. Hansen off the mark. Lalart runs down the rebound.
All of the extra effort right now that Lalart is putting in right now. Wow, I just said right now a lot.
And that's Hansen driving, missing, and Fertig with the rebound. Couple good looks for Boise State. Hansen couldn't get that one to drop.
I think she heard me say a lot a couple times and was just like, let me just add a little bit of extra to this layup.
Outside is Melema. On top, Ustowska, my apologies. This is Melema, the junior from Washington State. Corner to Barnes. Drive, scoops wildly, and Muse with the rebound in front of Fertig. Natalie Pascoe on the handoff. Drive, scoops, it's deflected and blocked by Fertig. The ball on the deck. Boise State picks it up, and they'll call the jump ball. Gordy Presnell calling the timeout. Tried to call timeout, but the official in front of the Bronco bench didn't give it to him. As we watch this one again, Abby Muse with the rebound, then the reach in from behind and the tie-up, and the Cowgirls with the basketball.
Great effort by the Broncos just to be wanting to get that ball.
Ustowska gives it to Melema, who missed the shot. And Abby Muse with the rebound. That is her 7th of the game. Quickly, Hansen in the forecourt, and she is fouled. I thought the outside official was going to call a travel.
I thought so. I agree. I thought so too.
But instead, they do pick up the personal foul. And that's the 3rd personal foul on Peterson. The Broncos with the basketball. Abby Muse outside the arc. Pascoe goes the opposite direction. She'll fire from 15, and it's nothing but nets.
I think she could do that the rest of the game because they're chasing her off of every screen, so she's got that dribble penetration wide open.
Her first points of the second half. She has 13 to lead the Broncos. Deep three may have been blocked by Muse, but the offensive rebound comes down to Wyoming. And Peterson outside gets it down low post to Savic. Corner three is off the mark, and Hansen had position but couldn't corral the rebound, and Wyoming gets it back with 20 on the shot clock.
Those ones are tough. When you have the ball in your hands, it just slips away.
Had position on Peterson, who has the ball on the inbounds play. Swing it to the near side to Ustuska. Down low, Bronco defense takes it away. Muse with the steal. Both Muse and Lalott collapsed on the entry pass, and Boise State takes it away. And there's a reach-in foul on Savic, but you like to see Lalott calling for the ball in that low post.
Oh, yeah. Give her the ball. She's going to go to town, especially against a traditional post. That's her bread and butter. Get her the ball.
Marin McKenna, the three-time All-State performer in Utah, checks in. The freshman. Pasco on the inbounds, back to Hansen. Maya will bring it out. Drives in the land of the Giants and lays it home with the left hand.
That was pretty.
11 for Hansen. Just 3 of 9 from the field. But she gives Boise State the 50-33 lead. Peterson. Swing it to Barnes. Low post. Peterson too strong. Lalott with her 6th rebound. Pasco quickly missed. Follows her shot but can't run it down, and McKenna gets it for Wyoming.
Bit of a quick shot for how they've been playing, but still wide open three. Pasco's got to take it.
Boise State's biggest lead at 17. McKenna tries the drop step, cut off and thrown away. Stolen by the Broncos, Abby Muse. Holding Wyoming to 31% shooting. Down low, Muse. Reverse, no, but she draws the foul from Tess Barnes.
What a perfect pass that was, because it was both players' hands were up. She literally just lobs it directly to her.
Narrow checks in for Pasco. 3 fouls now on Barnes. And Abby Muse to the free throw line. 6 points today. Broncos next in action. Valentine's Day in Logan, Utah, against the Utah State Aggies, who reside at the bottom of the Mountain West standings, so a good chance for Boise State to pick up a road win. And then they play the Wolfpack of Nevada 3 days later. Muse with good hands. Picked up, though, it should have been a travel or an over and back, because she picked it up in the forecourt and then took it into the backcourt, did Mellema, and now we have a whistle and a foul on Boise State. So the officials, I think, missed a couple of calls, but debatable.
Yeah, that happened right in front of us, so it was definitely over and back.
Lalott called for hooking Savic in the low post, so Muse and Lalott leave. Interesting the way Gordy Prisnell is substituting Lalott and Muse as a unit.
Mm-hmm. I think they work really well together, and then I think Trista and Tatum work really well together, so it's just kind of moving those posts together and keeping that
continuity.
Yes.
Sort of a hockey line change. Inbounds to Peterson, hands behind her to McKenna, on top to Mellema, back to Barnes, low post to Savic, spins on Hull, Trista cuts her off nicely, 5 on the shot clock, McKenna outside, Pasco keeps her from shooting, Peterson fires at the horn and missed the 3, the long rebound to Boise State's Mary Kay Narrow.
Great job by the Broncos to make them use the entire clock to get a shot.
Pasco works on McKenna, cut off on the baseline and finds Thompson. Backdoor cut for Barnes, but instead the pass goes to Thompson. Tatum rises and fires and missed from 8. Barnes with the rebound for the Cowgirls as we approach 5 minutes left in this contest. Boise State up 17. Barnes outside to Mellema. McKenna in the corner. Eating a lot of clock, which is what Boise State wanted to do defensively. Peterson way off the mark with that three-pointer, and the rebound bounces to Narrow. If Gordy Presnell could take this defensive effort and bottle it, he'd be a very happy man.
Mm-hmm. He's like, where's this been?
Yeah.
They're doing a really good job of showing on every cut.
And a foul on the Cowgirls. Broncos looking for their 3rd straight win. Maya Hansen with the left hand. The Boise State lead is 17 on the Mountain West Network. Wyoming came into this game scoring 63.5 points a game. With 4 minutes and 18 seconds left, Shay, they're 30 points behind that average.
Broncos are doing a great job of playing some amazing team defense in every aspect. Posts, guards, help offense, help defense.
Narrow swings it around to Thompson. Tatum backdoor cut, and a little too far for Pasco. Just the 9th turnover. I thought for a moment that Pasco was held by the defender and couldn't break on the ball, but no whistle.
Yeah, I agree with that. She was held just a little bit, so Tatum's pass was just, the timing was off.
McKenna outside. Gives it up to Barnes. Down low to Peterson. Backing in, double team. Thompson pokes it away, but recovered by the Cowgirls. This is McKenna. Boise State defense extremely active. 3 on the shot clock. 2, 1. Peterson did not get it, although she did get it off, but it didn't hit anything.
Should have been. Shot clock.
Yeah, it should have been, and Boise State with the rebound. Hull gets around Savic and scores.
Wow. That's all I got to say is wow, because I don't know how she got around her.
8 points for Trista Hull. Underneath, Peterson with her 13th points. That her first points here in the second half.
Get it over.
Broncos do finally just in time. Thompson, off balance, was hit, didn't get the call, but got the roll.
The ref called maybe a flop to the other side, but I don't know.
7 for Thompson. Bronco lead still 19. Savic will go for 3-point opportunity as she hits that one and will go to the lane. Pasco's 3rd. Watch this one again. She is a force in that low post. Pasco with the reach from behind.
I feel like she barely reached, too. That's an unfortunate foul. If you're going to foul them.
And the senior from Zagreb, Croatia, for the 3-point opportunity. 2 of 2 from the line this afternoon. Missed her first, and the rebound to Thompson. And now a career-high 8th rebound for Tatum Thompson. After today, Wyoming travels to Colorado State a week from today before returning home to host UNLV and New Mexico. So, tough road ahead for the Cowgirls as they try to maintain their position here in the conference standings. Narrow with 3 on the shot clock throws that one away, and Boise offense a little out of sync in that possession.
Yeah, they were just trying to read what was happening, but Wyoming's defense kind of made them stop, and they were moving into positions that they haven't been.
Outside, Peterson hits the triple. Peterson now with 16 points. Her season high is 19 against BYU. Wyoming has played a very tough non-conference schedule. Beat BYU, a Power 5 opponent. Bays, they're going to call the held ball, but Boise State will get possession.
The Broncos.
So Heather Ezel in her second season with Wyoming, scheduling up, and they've played some tough teams. They've played Nebraska and Creighton, BYU, Oklahoma State, and a foul on Melima.
Playing tough teams like that in preseason kind of sets you up for the postseason. It also gets you ready earlier for conference.
Simons will check in. Tess Barnes sits. In for the first time today is Bailey Wilborn from Wichita, transfer from the University of Maine. Narrow at the line. Also in for the first time today, Grace Moyers, a sophomore from Erie, Colorado. So you have to think that Wyoming has put up the white flag with 1:43 to go. As Narrow hits the first. We talked coming into the game about Fertig. 0 for 5 from the field in 17 minutes. And if you're Boise State, you want to see the All-Mountain West performer sitting next to the coach, not beating you up on the floor.
Yeah, the Broncos have done exactly what they're supposed to be doing and getting early positioning on her so that she isn't a factor.
Bronco leads 16 as Wyoming has the basketball. This is Wilborn on top to Moyers. Low post. Fertig back in the game. Shot is blocked by Hull, but they call the foul on Trista.
That's tough. She had two hands up, as Trista normally does, and she normally gets that block because they just shoot directly into her hands. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Let's look at it again. She does kind of come over the top, so I can see the foul slightly, but
Fertig's first point of the game comes with 1:24 to go. She hits a pair. She's got 2 today. As the Broncos working the final 1:12 off the clock. Hull, near side, Pasco gives it to Maya Hansen. Back to Thompson. Tatum, up and under, can't get it to drop. And the rebound pulled down by Maddie Simons.
good look by Tatum. She was just, her momentum had her floating under the basket, and that's why she missed that shot.
Off the mark for that shot by Moyers. Hull with the rebound, and Boise State going to work the clock. They have to shoot this possession. The difference about 13 seconds as Thompson gets the ball on the left side to Pasco, and the Broncos a solid team win here this afternoon.
Yep.
Trista Hull, why not? Spins out. Fertig with the rebound, her 7th. So in all facets of the game, Boise State has pretty much done what they wanted this afternoon.
Yes, they have controlled the game from the get, and just...
And that's the final score. Boise State holds Wyoming to the lowest point total ever against the Broncos, and congratulations to Gordy Prisnell, his 350th career win and 131st Mountain West win, breaking a tie with Elaine Elliott of Utah for the second most all-time, as the Broncos with a convincing 56-42 win this afternoon against the Wyoming Cowgirls. Boise State improves to 7-4 in conference play. We'll chat with a couple stars of the game after this timeout on the Mountain West Network. Welcome back to Extra Mile Arena. Boise State with a 56-42 win over the Wyoming Cowgirls. Mark Snyder, Shay Shaw joined courtside by Maya Hansen from Boise State. And Maya, this was a solid team win today. What were your thoughts on how this game went?
Oh, that's 100%. Oh my gosh, sorry, 100% true how that went. I mean, it comes down to our team. You saw that everybody showed up tonight, and that's what we want to see as a team. I mean, you can tell our chemistry is getting there. We're getting great with each other, and that's the best win for me. We have some star players on this team, but when everybody shows up and does their role, you can see we can do great things.
At halftime, you guys were up. What was Coach P's coaching to you guys at the half?
It was pretty much stay in it. I mean, you saw we came out, fired away right away. We hit some good shots. We've been playing solid defense, and we just had to stick with that. No let up, no matter what the score is.
When you looked at how this game went, the game plan, of course, the focus was on Allison Fertig in the low post. Your bigs did a great job today, but they had a lot of help. You were there, Tatum was there, a lot of second and third defenders. What was the strategy going in when you had such a dominant post player to go up against?
Yeah, I mean, I say defense, it comes down to all five players. You can't just have one defender out there. You have to have all five people buy in, and this game we bought in for each other.
Well, Maya with 11 points this afternoon, a big win for Boise State over Wyoming. Congratulations, and hit the road now, right?
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
All right, Maya Hansen joining us this afternoon as Boise State wins 56-42 over the Wyoming Cowgirls to improve now to 8-4 in conference play. A big win, led wire to wire today. Wyoming never had the lead, and we talked a lot about the post play this afternoon, and one big reason why the post play was so effective is our next guest, Abby Muse. And Abby, you know, the challenge was there for you and the other Boise State bigs with the presence of Fertig. She was held without a field goal today, only 2 points from the line. What makes you happier when you look at this box score? The defensive end or how you guys played offensively?
All of it. We are so happy with all of it. We're thrilled with this win. Defense obviously is one of my personal favorites, so I'm more thrilled with the defense. And Elle locked Fertig down, so that was awesome to see. And all of our other players were we were focused on defense today going into this game. We knew we were going to have to handle a lot with gap defense and with digging in on the ball, so I think we really executed that game plan, but obviously thrilled with the outcome of the score.
How tired are you? Just based off of your defensive effort and your offensive effort, it was a full. I know I've been there. It's a lot of. So how tired are you, honestly?
Honestly, first quarter I was gassed. But yeah, tired, but the win makes it worth it.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
When you put so much effort into the defense and sort of playing off the fatigue, how do you find that reserve on the offensive end to run your sets, play your game when you're putting so much effort at the other end of the floor?
It's tough, but I think what it comes down to is being willing to look outside of yourself and working for something bigger than yourself, and that's for your team and for the name on your jersey. And so I think we all have that deep down inside us, and we work to bring that out of us every single day. So when we're tired, it's like just keep working. We practice that every day with each other.
This was Boise State's pink game.
Yeah.
You see Shay wearing the pink shooting shirt from her era and the shades.
Cute.
I want you to hold up your hands, Abby, and show so people can see your nails, because you're in the spirit today with the pink nails, and I guess they survived unscathed.
Yeah, they were good.
But it was a tough one. It was really physical down low, wasn't it?
Very physical. Yeah, they play really tough. The refs let a lot of things go, which is fine. Makes it more fun, honestly. But yeah, it was physical today.
Well, congratulations, Abby Muse. Fills up the stat sheet. 6 points, 7 rebounds, a block shot. Boise State gets a big win. Congratulations.
Thanks so much.
Abby Muse, one of our stars of the game, but really you could have picked anybody on this roster. Elodie Lalott, as you heard Abby say, locking down Allison Fertig. You look at the final stats, Boise State holds Wyoming to 42 points, the fewest points the Cowgirls have ever scored against Boise State, and 33% shooting from the field. 3-point shooting was even. Free throws, Boise State had the edge there. Rebounding, Shay, Boise State wound up out rebounding the Cowgirls, and Wyoming came in averaging 34 rebounds a game, and Boise State did a number on them. 8 offensive rebounds for the Broncos, only 6 offensive rebounds for Wyoming. And turnovers, the Broncos did a good job taking care of the ball today.
Yeah, they also did a great job of digging in and forcing Wyoming to turn the ball over. They turned the ball over 18 times, and that's what'd you say they averaged? I think it was like 13 turnovers a game, and so making them turn the ball over just gives Boise State some points.
Boise State scores 14 points off those Wyoming turnovers while giving up just 7 points off of their turnovers. So all in all, a really solid game for Boise State. And as we said during the broadcast, the coaching staff wants to bottle this effort up and take it with them on the road when they next play against Utah State down in Utah. And that'll be on Valentine's Day, an afternoon affair, followed by a trip to Nevada. Broncos next home, they take on the Lobos of New Mexico February 21st, and then the Bulldogs of Fresno State come to town. And then don't look now, but right around the corner, the Mountain West Tournament. And Boise State wants to finish in that top 5 in the standings and get that first-round bye.
Oh, yeah. That first-round bye is honestly a game changer. It's pretty important. It makes you not as tired through the rest of the tournament and gives you that extra energy to play.
Boise State with the big win today. Natalie Pasco, Maya Hansen in double figures with 13 and 11. Peterson leads Wyoming with 16 points, Savich with 10, but the Broncos pick up a big home court win. And congratulations to Gordy Presnell, his 350th win as a Bronco head coach, and he's now second all-time in coaching wins in the Mountain West Conference. For my broadcast partner, Shay Shaw, and our entire production team here at ExtraMile Arena, Mark Snyder, thanking you for joining us this afternoon on the Mountain West Network from Boise.